Hello and welcome. This is Diana and you are watching Holistic Vibes. This is going to be a Divine Feminine reading for the sign of Gemini. Hello. Take what resonates and leave the rest as always. It's interesting because you could be having something going on with like your nasal cavities or like your breath. And Spirit of the East. It's almost kind of like you're coming into offerings of self. They said for me to like skim the book, so I'm going to look really quick. But in this spiritual journey, there's something coming that's going to be clarity, truth, and a new beginning. Your emotions are essentially like your... It's kind of like your truth. Because at first I was like, I was seeing like a projection. And then they said perception. And then it's kind of like... It's almost like it's you owning aspects of like what you've been seeing as your truth, as like the balance of who you are. It's kind of like when you finally realize that truth is just truth, you can close your eyes and you can just see with your third eye that everything that's happening, you don't even have to stare at it directly any longer, right? Like there's something that's happened where you have aligned in with your feminine energy fully, where you're now operating out of your strength, right? Where you're no longer in like turmoil and chaos and feeling like two parts of you are ripped into two different worlds, right? I don't know. This is just kind of what they're showing me. But it's kind of like when you fall in love with like the negative traits of like your masculine and your feminine energy, and you step into like this piece of like being a revolutionist, of like cleansing yourself and becoming a sovereign being in your own body. It opens and activates like this realization to the creativity that like lives within you, right? It's like this heart-centered burst open, and it's kind of like where the collarbone's at. I don't know if there's like pain there, but like just like hold on to that and like see and ask like on that next journey, like what is still keeping me from like proceeding forward, right? What is it that I'm not seeing that's tied to like a past life? Like offer that clarity. And it has something to stem with like compassion for others, compassion for self. Yeah, it's that whole, understanding that you are the mirror, right? So if you give compassion to another person, even if you like say you, because I'm getting like that vibration of like, of I told you so, or I know you were right. And it's that, yeah, understanding your energy and understanding others' energy. It kind of activates into the, like, we are in a spiritual battle, and you do have the ability to activate your clairaudience, right? Some of us have it stronger than others. This is a gift that's a DNA gift through the lineage. Not everybody has the gift of being able to hear ancestors clairaudiently, right? The presence of love will always cast out fear. They just said there's one more in here, so thank you. Is that it? And this one. Thank you. My every thought is attracting the vibration essence. The law of attraction assembles all cooperative relationships, right? So leaning into the fact that like you are only desiring like what is a vibrational match for you, right? On your highest timeline. Because let's say you're in a dip, right? And that dip is lasting more than like a minute. And like when you ask for your highest timeline, even if you are a little bit lower, like it's still higher than what you're operating out of, right? And so then the universe wants to co-create with you like that which you are. And so like asking yourself for that third eye activation, right? Asking yourself like for the higher timeline, for the insight, understanding that like that there are different variations of creatorship. And like, how do you get onto that higher timeline? How do you, you know, ask for divine assistance in that process? And I'm kind of getting like, that's where you're getting to the good stuff, right? It's that radical acceptance that you are in fact a conscious creator, and like identifying and being honest about like the wobble that you're entailing within your current reality. Like you can pivot and change your life in an instant if that's truly what you desire. Like it's entirely up to you, right? Through forgiving yourself for being out of the vibration of flow, right? Forgiving yourself for not saying it until now, right? And honoring the gifts that you do bestow that are not the same as others. And it's okay, right? Because everybody wants to find home. Everybody wants to find a place where they fit, where the energy and the frequency is in resonance with self, with others, right? We move towards what we feel align more with who we are, right? And so honor if you're still pulling or desiring something that is in a stuck vibration, right? Yeah. You have to understand that you're a rare gift. Although you are between worlds, like you don't need to do a lot of mending to get you to become the star that you are, right? Like you have to understand like that you just are who you are, and the desires in which you're manifesting for a happier vibration are in fact in the waiting room for you, right? Like they're right on the other side of the door. And so you just have to align with the conscious creator and ask, you know, for that which you desire. And as you finally pivot or fine tune or tune into or see with clarity, like when you're able to like see yourself in that highest vibration and see your entire day like roll out the way you desire it to be, then you're then telling the body like, this is my current reality, like this is what I desire to be. And then your entire frequency starts shifting, you start realigning, you start changing into a different state of awareness. But you'll see your clarity like without any impediments. It's like you're going to see exactly why that person is mirroring you, what they're trying to show you, how you're supposed to be evolving, like what you need to do next, right? And if that's something where you're not at yet, like I would say start journaling, start getting into that internal guidance and see what you can see, and then identify like what's been taken from you, right? And where have you given your foresight away to other people, right? Where have you allowed them to tap into your foresight and yank that cord back, right? Or just cut it off completely and sever it and call back your foresight, right? Call back and reactivate your original blueprints that were your birthright and that were your codes, right? And so then you ask for that to come through. And so like with the clarity, with the understanding that like you are a greater being in this body, and obviously there's been so many people and things that have come against you to keep you stuck in an old paradigm, right? And so like you have to honor the process of how it's been unfolding, and still step into that forgiveness, radical acceptance of you are where you are. And I needed to fine tune my vision, my abilities. So I needed to take the longer route, and that's okay, right? I forgive myself for that process, and maybe do a Ho'oponopono for yourself, like unpacking that layer for you, right? Truly, truly getting to the core where you can say, forgive myself because I didn't fit in this box, right? That it wasn't what it was, or it is what it was. Like, and I honor my rare giftness and my rare abilities of how I'm impacting or shifting the collective in whatever way that looks like for you, right? Because no two roads are the same, but we all end up in that space, in that prosperity, in that ability to attract wealth. And so, yeah, just continue to keep opening up your heart center and identify like what it is that in your sinuses specifically is what they're saying, and in your third eye area. And so that whatever's going on there, like you have to write it all out, because it's essentially impacting your voice. I don't know where that's coming from. That's just what they're showing me, right? So I'm going to leave it there. If something in this resonated with you, please like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you would like a reading, or if you would like a healing session, I do have availability underneath. And until next time, be well. Ciao.